it's important to understand that whatever it is that we're going through in Nigeria is not unique to us in the sense that we're the only ones that are going through that kind of situation. We should look at others who are also going through that same thing. And there's a particular detail I always say, and I've seen people say, oh, it doesn't really matter, it doesn't really matter, we are all one Nigeria. It's quite interesting that the person who built a nation actually said the exact same thing. And the reason he used that stuff, one of the reasons I believe, when he said that China is not, more than, is actually about 94% Han Chinese. In other words, that's one thing China has that India doesn't have, and Nigeria does not have either. There's no one ethnicity that is that huge, where you're able to speak and you're able to talk to everybody at the same time, where you are not bogged down by I also have ideas, I also have vision, I also have my own. Everybody has the same value system. In other words, the basis of everything we're doing is the same, which was what happened when we had regional system in Western Nigeria and Northern Nigeria and Eastern Nigeria. The point is that there has to be a group that everybody galvanizes around, not all these ones that we're all trying to prove that we are one Nigeria. China is more than 90% Han Chinese. Singapore is 75% China. That's something it has that Nigeria doesn't have. Malaysia is about 80% or thereabout Malays. And then they have minorities in Indians and Chinese. The same thing, I mean, the flip side for Singapore is 75% Chinese, and then about 18 to 20% Indians and Malays. The point is that an ethnicity, building something as an homogeneous entity is a lot easier than this whole thing that we are all one. Let us all be one. Ethnicity does not really matter. And the people that say that thing, they think they are driving unity. They're not driving unity. They're actually the ones causing confusion. You're causing confusion because you don't want to acknowledge the reality that we are not the same. Nigeria is a country, it is not a nation, and it will not become a nation. It's a country of many nations, and those nations should be able to determine how they grow. And when they are speaking on what they want to do in their own space, we shouldn't have retards speaking up and saying things like that's tribalism or that's bigotry. If you can't do it where you are from, then we just see this one out. The way people grow is to do things based on their value system. We don't have a value system in Nigeria. We don't. But Yorubas have a value system. It doesn't mean we have perfect societies, but we have societies that have gone to a particular level. All you have to do is just to build on what has been built already. So you have a foundation, just build the house. This